Hello and welcome to JA's Be Entrepreneurial Series, Creative Problem Solving. My name is Grant Carlisle. Today in session 1, we will cover identifying the problem. In this session, there are 3 main objectives. We're going to discuss problem-solution relationship. We're going to talk about this thing called design thinking. And lastly, we're going to talk about empathy and that step in the design thinking process. Now, in my master's, I got my master's in human-computer interaction design, and the way we went about doing our work was design thinking. Being an entrepreneur is design thinking. Design thinking is, if you want to think about it, the process of entrepreneurship. What it gives you are lots of methods, and the first method that I want to stress is humility. You're going to go through over this session and the coming sessions different steps in the design thinking process. And as you progress, humility will be your greatest asset. You already know what's up here. You know the questions you have, you know your experiences, and you can recall those. It's without empathy and humility that you will receive what's in someone else's mind, the questions they have, the way they understand and they see the world. When you're able to understand what someone else is going through, what someone else thinks, and the way they approach a problem, a solution, or simply something you're dealing with, then you have the opportunity to advance down the design thinking process and get the feedback you seek. Oftentimes we see in user testing someone starting with the answer rather than with the question, or starting very narrow rather than starting broadly. And so in your testing, you're going to employ empathy to start broadly with experiences and then narrow down your questioning and asking about the experiences until it's the one exact thing that you thought at the beginning might be the answer. Nevertheless, you had the empathy and humility to listen to the responses as you ask the questions and then simply document it. The great part about design thinking is as you progress through the process and you iterate time after time after time again, you're going to arrive and discover more and more and more. As you document those things that you arrive to and discover, you and your team can look back on it and you can decide what solution you want or decide to pivot. That answer you will only find when you have the empathy and humility to listen to the answers from your users, potential customers, and to just people around you. Thank you for having me in your classroom today. My name is Grant Carlisle. Onward.